everyone, it's Karen, and I'm back with my first video since I've been off having my total knee replacement done, and it's been 6 weeks since I had that done, and I'm doing very well. I still can't sit for long periods of time because of the constant flexion in your knee. It aggravates. Sitting is not for long periods of time, not good. So crafting is still limited, but I'm doing small little projects and keeping myself busy that way because I really enjoy crafting. So I haven't really stopped crafting. I've been doing all kinds of little tiny projects, or doing a project that just I've spread it over a really long period of time. So I'll be popping up some videos to show you some of the things I've been working on over the past 6 weeks. And today I wanted to come on and show you this little project. I've made a couple of them, and this is not my idea. I have seen this done by other crafters on YouTube. I think the last time I saw it done was by Tina on Shabby Dabby Doodah, but there has been others. And so it's just a way you fold an envelope. And so it's, you know, recycling your envelopes that you get. And I like to use the ones with the window, and this is just the bank I deal with. And so this is what I am creating. This is one of them, and I'll show you another one at the end. And this works perfectly for Happy Mail. It works really well as an insert in a journal. And it is the envelope folded. It has a tie on it to keep it closed. You can clip it in a journal. You can actually paste it down. This one I made, so I didn't finish the back, and this little piece would go in the pocket that's created when you glue this down on 3 sides and leave the top open. And so you'd have that extra pocket at the back. And I've taped all the ribbon down and everything, so it's very smooth. And then this little piece, which is a little fold out journaling piece, would just slide in the back. And so on your page, it would look like this. Now, if I decided to send this as Happy Mail, all I would do is finish off the back of this. I could have actually left the tape off, and I could have finished the back off and then slid this in behind the ribbon. Or now I can just take a piece of paper that matches the different papers I've used. I've used different digitals and some other papers, and just finish the back off and as a pocket probably, and then I would just slide this in to go with it. I just like how it looks. I like the layered look of the piece. I'll show you what this one looks like in detail after I show you sort of the basis of putting them together. So just take your envelope. This one is a sort of a standard business size envelope that you get statements and that in. It's 9 by 4 approximately. And I fold it in half. I like the back piece to be a bit shorter than the front piece, and I don't worry if whatever window ends up on the back side, I don't really care, because I'm either going to cover that or it's going to be hidden when it's on the page, so I don't worry about that. So that's where I folded it. And then what you want to do is, this one was all ragged on here, and you can see I've patched it. I just find it easier if this piece is nice and flat to be able to glue down. If it's raggy, it tends to catch and it tends to be harder to do your project. So I just add little pieces of scrap paper wherever it was torn and raggy, and then I'm just going to glue this down, because of course the whole thing becomes pockets and you want this nicely glued down. So sorry, I'm shaking the camera a bit, I apologize. I have a new table in my craft room. We did some changes in the house, and I moved a table that we had elsewhere into my room so I could have a little bit bigger table. But it's bumping on the edge of my camera, so I'll just have to learn how to deal with that or change that later. Envelope flap is all glued down, and now I cut this open. And that makes it really easy because you want pockets everywhere, and on the sides I will re-glue the sides later. So I just take a sliver off the top, so just the tiniest little bit comes off. That opens up your top for your pockets, but I want to be able to cover this ugly inside. I'm not really like loving that. And rather than fiddling with it, I just take a sliver off each side as well. I cover the inside and then I will just glue the sides back closed. It's much easier. Again, they're just little slivers of paper. And this will be open completely. And it's so easy now to finish the inside, and then later on I'll glue the sides closed. I did one in pink, one in purples, and I'm gonna do this one in yellows. I've been doing some fussy cutting as well, since something that's really easy to do. When lying in bed, needing something to do with my hands, doing my rest periods, which was quite hard for me. I'm not really a lie around resting kind of person. Trying to think and talk at the same time. I did fussy cutting because that was something that I could do. So what I like to do is just collage on these. I don't do anything on the back because remember, this becomes the back that either is going to get glued down, or later on, if you want to, you can just cover the back of that. You don't have to cover it right away because it's kind of a waste of your paper. So I do some collage work on here, and I just want to decide how I would like to use these pieces. Now, I fussy cut them out the way that they are, and then when I'm ready to collage with them, I tear. I do like the torn look on edges. That are the edge here I don't mind, but I like the torn look on the edge that's going to meet the next page here. And sometimes I tear it the wrong way, which then you get this white bit, but you just go back and pull it off, whatever amount you don't like. I'm trying to see how much of the sunflowers I can get, and whether or not I can get this other. I don't mind if part of the window is covered too. I kind of like that idea, but again, I will fussy cut around here, and I'll just do it really quickly because it's boring and I know you don't really want to watch me fussy cutting, but that's what I kind of do, and then that will mold around the edge of the window there. I'm going to nip off a tiny little bit on the bottom here because another paper is going to meet up with that. And I like the ripped, torn look better than against other pages. So that will go there, and I like that. And then let's see what I might like in the corner. Maybe this look nice in the corner here. Let's again just quickly do some tearing here because it's obviously too big the way it is. Let's see, that's not too bad. I can save the word love and use it somewhere else or add it back in later. So like that. That I don't mind if that comes up there, but I will tear it here, and then I will fussy cut around here because this is the part that's going to be up over the edge of the window, and we'll just go up like that for now, and we'll see where that ends up. Probably take that off anyway. Yeah, or I'll go underneath. It'll just help anchor that more. So that's good. I like that. I like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of gluing to put this down. And I won't painfully have you watch me do my whole collage process because I'm pretty sure that you guys know how to collage, and everybody kind of has their way of collaging, and I don't think there's any right way or wrong way. That's my start on this one. So I'm just going to talk through the rest of the collaging on the front. I added in the dragonfly and fussy tore out the word love, and then another sunflower and dragonfly, and added that in the lower part. And now I'm just decided on a paper doily and a butterfly on top of that for the lower right hand corner, and then I will trim it all up, and there it is. The front cover is finished. I'm going to do the inside now. And what do I have that I want to put inside there? I think I'm going to have to print something off. Okay, back from the printer, and I went ahead and finished the partial inside of the folder or the envelope. And I just put 2 pieces of the digital paper on and split them in the middle to reduce the bulk right in the center. And if you ink, you could ink. I'm not an inker, so I didn't do that. And I just wanted to keep that bulk down to a minimum in the middle. And then I wanted to show you how to complete the inner part. And this is just simply so that it looks nice when your pockets open. So you just need to put some paper I've cut 2 inches of a digital paper here to put at the top. And just gluing that down and getting it into place so that we can finish off our envelope and then begin decorating. Now you may have noticed that I made a bit of an error in that I want the behind the window to be papered as well, and I only did the 2 inches at the top. So I'm just adding in a piece here to cover that area that's right behind the window. So yeah, we make mistakes all the time, but you just roll with it and figure out a way to fix it, and in the end no one is going to know the difference, because the seam that you see there is not going to be seen in the window. Just the paper will be seen, and then when the pockets are glued on the side, you'll never see that there was a mistake made. So this is what that area should look like. Behind your window is all papered, and then 2 inches at the top. And now the other side, we just do the 2 inches at the top. And then that is all, the inside is all complete. And you can go ahead and of course trim off all your extra pieces of paper from all around the edges, glue down any corners that are not glued perfectly. And you can see that it's all finished on the inside, and your window is nicely finished. And here is the tag that I made, just a simple tag, added a butterfly to a journal card actually, and I'm adding that into the front. And you can just, once you put your card in the front, you can always decide what you want to be able to see out the window, and I added a butterfly in this instance. And you're ready now to glue down your sides. Everything's been measured, you've double checked that your tag fits the way you want in that front window, and now you can glue down both those side pieces that you cut initially, just to help make lining the inside of this so much easier. So I've just taken these digitals that I made, that I copied, and I'm cutting out 2 of the journal cards but leaving them joined together there. And I'm just going to make a little booklet to insert into the second pocket of our little envelope that we've created here. And so I did do a digital on the back side of it too, and I'll just fold it in half along the white piece that's in between the 2 journaling cards, and just simply that will go into that pocket. I do put some lace on it, decorate it up a bit once we get to the decorating part, and I also round the corners, as I do like the rounded look. And here is that little booklet with rounded corners all finished. It will be decorated of course more, but there it slides right into that pocket. And then when you close, you see, you sort of arrange it so that you can see your little pieces that are sticking up. And then I like to put the final piece, which is the one I put at the very back, that either slides into the pocket or would slide behind the ribbon, however you decide to finish it. And I will show you at the end the different ways that I finished them. And I did decide that I wanted to put a little something on the front of this piece to add one of the dragonflies in. And so I fussy cut out a dragonfly from the digital papers, and I also found a little paper doily to help that dragonfly sort of stand out a bit more against the busyness of the yellow roses on that paper. Very pretty, but it just helps to set it off a little bit more. And I just used part of that paper doily and added that to the little envelope piece, and then added the dragonfly on top to complete that piece, and added in to the very back of what looks like a stack of journaling cards and different things to look through. Doesn't that look pretty? That's the way it's going to look when you present it to someone. So, you know, you're going to open it up. They're going to have, you maybe have written something in here to them if you're sending it that way. You've got this little journal card in there. You've got this little booklet in here that they can use. And then tucked in behind it, if it's in a journal, this would be tucked in the pocket created at the back. And this is how it would look on a page. And if you decided to give it as a standalone, or even put it in the journal as a standalone, and you can finish the back off, and that's really easy to do. I mean, just put some paper on it and it can become a pocket too. So this can go back here and then it's done. Now I like to tie them shut because of the bulk that gets in them, they tend to spring up like that, and I think they look pretty in the journal tied together too. But I need to pull out a piece of ribbon that is going to look pretty on here. And I thought maybe I might use a piece of lace, but I don't know which one I want to use. I do like the scallop on here. I think it's really pretty. There's a scallop on each side. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this scallop off of here, and I'm going to add it to the bottom, just the scallop, and I might put a cluster of these flowers somewhere. And I'm going to find a paper clip, and I'm going to get a ribbon, and I'm going to... Okay, so I went away to get ribbon and can't remember what else, guys, but then I just went ahead and finished her, because really once you have the base of this, which I showed you at the beginning of starting with the envelope, and you finish it, then the finishing details are just what's in your imagination. But I'll go over with you what I did with the lace and the ribbon. So I chose a yellow ribbon. That's how I would present this. This one I decided to finish as an entire folio. So I completed the back and I tucked this under the ribbon, which I mentioned was a way that you could do that final piece. But when you look at it, this is what you'll see. So I added a piece of lace and a little bit more of the lace on the card. And I cut up this lace that I had shown you, and this is from Kim's shop. This is a really versatile lace. It has scallop on both sides and these flowers on both sides, and you can fussy cut everything out, which is what I did. So I fussy cut out the small flowers and added some here, added the bigger flowers here and right on the edge, and same little bits in here, and then some of the scallop at the bottom. And then I just added a bit of bling on that butterfly. This butterfly is in the pocket, and it has bling on it as well. And then when you untie this little bundle, I put a little bit of glue behind here to hold this ribbon in place, and a little on the other side, just so that it didn't completely fall off. So you open her up, and I added a pocket in here, which is easy enough to do, but this one happened to be part of the digital, so that made it really super easy. But I mean, all it is a rectangular piece with a cutout, and I even cut this out by hand. I didn't use a punch. And this is one of the butterflies I had on my desk, and I had a little piece of bling, and this is an extra little tuck spot for a little tag here. And the back is the cover, the covering paper you saw before. And then I just added a tag or a little journal card with a sunflower on it, and a couple of tags in this pocket. And then this page is just as we saw it before. I just left it the way it was with the dragonfly on there. And there is, like, you can journal over this. You could journal behind here too. And then in this pocket is that little booklet we made, and I added a little butterfly up in the corner. It just has plain paper inside for journaling. It has a back to it as well. And then I just added a little bit, you know, I'm always telling you never throw away the sort of the top pieces of your lace, because everything is usable. And so this was a piece, and I just see it's a little bit lifted here, so let me just add a smidge more glue here. This was the top off of one of my laces that I used. I think it floral below it, and I just used the florals for something else. I kept this, and it fit perfectly on the edge here, so I added that on as the sort of the binding, kind of a binding look on that little booklet, and that tucks in there. And then I finished the back off with a collage. So this paper, and this was a little piece I tore, and then a little sunflower in the corner. And then I attached the ribbon here. And then this little piece is the piece that fits in the back. And this is just the one where I added the doily and the dragonfly, and this just opens up. I put a little green heart paper clip on the top. It just opens, and it would have journaling space inside, and it also has this little note card inside as well. So they could even use that to write a note on and send to a friend, and it would give them that option as well. And I just like it closed with the little, because the paper clip to me indicates that you should open it. And so when they open it, they'll find the rest of the journaling card and stuff inside. And then she just closes. And if you wanted to do this idea like an insert, then I wouldn't finish the back. And you'll see that on one of the other ones I made, and then you just simply put it on your journal page. When you attach it on 3 sides, and then the piece at the back can be inserted. Why, when you go to tie a bow on camera, is it always so much more difficult than when you normally tie a bow? One of the secrets of videotaping. Okay, so this is the yellow one we worked on. She turned out super pretty. This is the purple one I showed you at the top that I did first. This is a gorgeous lace from Kim's shop. I will show it to you. She may still have it in the shop. I've not had it that long. And it's these gorgeous clusters of flowers on a base and a stem, and they're just joined together. And I just cut one off and put it down the side there. And then I took some of the other flowers. There's a cluster of flowers comes off the stem. There they are. There's 2 of them there. And I just went along and cut some of them off to add them on the bottom. And then I just added some of my own little flat back pearls in the center. And then this one, I finished it on the inside like this. So I put like a lined sort of digital paper here, so you could write on that. Added a little fairy here. Don't forget to fly. And just going back in the front, there's a large tag that I've put a tab on the top, which I've covered in washi, and put some of the washi on the back. So that's a nice piece to write on. And the dragonfly shows in the window. And then just collaging here, and then the back I created, or on this side I created a little pocket at the bottom with this little fabric butterfly, a couple little acrylic pieces. Actually there's ceramic pieces, little flowers, whole collage of things here. And then I did 2 tags. This one with the punch that I got, which I'm loving that punch, it's so cute. And then I put just this extra little one in there because I liked how it looked. And then in this pocket is this journaling card. It's got a polka dot paper on the back, and it's got washi and some pretty butterflies on it. And that's in here. Oh, actually, that's a little booklet. I did the little booklet style again, rounded the edges. So that's in there. And then the back's unfinished. You can see the envelope there. And again, if you want to finish that, you could finish collaging it. You could put a whole piece of paper over it, whatever you want to do. I left it so that, so I've put just some cello tape across the ribbon and across the bottom here, so that this is very flat, so nothing will get stuck when I want to glue it down on the page in my journal on 3 sides, which will leave a top loading pocket there. And so this one would close. I just think these are really pretty, and they look really pretty in the journal too when you're flipping through and you find this little piece that you have to, you know, undo the ribbon and go through it and look at all these pretty things. This is a pretty topper I put on the top of that tag, the tag that's in there. And then this is another one of the same idea. It has, I put a purple paper clip part on there. It's got the little envelope that opens, and it has the little journaling card inside, and there's also, you could journal on the back of that as well, or you could write a little note to somebody and give that to them. This one says make today count, and that goes on the back here, and that would be the item that goes in that pocket you create by gluing this down on 3 sides, leaving the top. I mean, if you wanted to glue this on a page and have it as a side loading, you could do that too. But there, that one is. That's the purple one. So purple and yellow. And then there's a pink one. And this pink one, again, they're all made exactly the same as I showed you at the top, just starting with an envelope and then covering it. This one, I used a couple of laces from Kim's shop. This one I used, and I cut the scallop part with the dangles and I added it to the top here, and these are still free moving. This pretty ribbon is from her shop, and that was tied on one of my design team packages. And this one is the same one, but it is this part of the lace, and I just cut it off and I put it along the bottom with some of the little drippings that happen there. And then I have added butterflies that are on like cardstock, so they're a bit stiffer, and they're all have their wings up. This one is in the pocket, and these two are on top, and this one is on the back piece here. But I love how it looks. This is the presentation when you first see it, whether it be given to someone as a gift or whether it be when you turn the page in the journal. This is a lovely tag that is in the pocket. You can see the pockets are all lined. Each one of them is lined. When you take the card out, no matter what the card is, there is lining paper, which I showed you how we did that as part of the construction. So this is a pretty tag. It's sort of a tag and a tag. It's got a lace bottom. And so you have the butterfly. There's an extra little tag here that's glued down that creates another spot. And then the lace creates another spot. And I've got another little tag in there with roses on it. And they all sort of fit together in this tag, which is fun. And then I used the lace as a topper on this little tag, and I used it up here as well. I used a little button with some embroidery floss tied through it. I put some digital paper on the back and a fussy cut at the top. And this lace is also from Kim's shop, one of my faves, and that's the netted lace, because you can cut these so beautifully. And I created the pocket with some of it. And then I created these topper pieces with it as well. Lovely, lovely. She usually always has netted laces of some kind in her shop, so you'll always find them. And that just slides in there, like so. And then to open this one, has this Velcro closure, and that just lifts up, and that then allows you to investigate what's inside. So some lined paper, digital paper on this side, pretty little roses picture on this side, added in some butterflies, fussy cut. This is a little bit of vintage lace off of an old curtain. And in this pocket is another one of those little booklets. I love making those, extra journaling space, and they're just fun. And that one has beautiful peonies on the front of it and in pinks. And then the back of this one again, of course, this is the one that has the tea-stained envelope, but otherwise is the same envelope. And it's not finished because the plan again for this one is to glue it on 3 sides and put it in the journal. And again, it closes just like that with the Velcro. And this is the little piece that I made for the back. Again, a couple of pieces of digital paper. This one I added a few more pages on the inside of some food stained and tea stained coffee filter paper that's just kind of fun, and some lined paper, digital, and I stapled it at the top, put another little piece of that vintage curtain on the top there, another little butterfly, and that would go in the back of this one. And right now I can tuck it in the ribbon, but once I decide where it's going, and if I decide I want to give this as a piece, then I would just finish collaging the back off, and I would leave this tucked in the back like that. So aren't they super cute? And different closures, either tie with a ribbon, use a piece of ribbon or a piece of lace this could have been, and the little Velcro dots, and I think I just got those off of Amazon. And there are your pieces, and they're so much fun, and you can do them with as much or as little detail as you want, whatever colors you want to do, and just upcycle your envelopes and have fun with scrap pieces of paper even, and definitely scrap pieces of lace, and make them so much fun and something to give to your friends, family, or to tuck into your journals. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for stopping by and looking at this project that I have created. I hope to be back soon with some other projects to show you, and I'll probably be back in September, I'm thinking, to do some more designing for Kim on AngeldreamCraftsKim. I'll leave the link to her shop in the description box below because I love shopping at her shop. She has beautiful things to create with, and you'll never be disappointed. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.